Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Subject of my vlog today is 6 tips for successful retirement in the Philippines. Before we get started, let me welcome my new viewers and new subscribers. Thank you so much for your kindness, your generosity, and your support of my channel. Truly been amazing. I'll never take that for granted. Retiring in the Philippines is a subject that we don't really talk enough about. We talk about it in the past tense as if we're already here, not about the preparation and the decisions that many of us need to make before we come over here. This isn't a budget video. That budget is going to be an argument that's going to go on and on into the end of time. What you want, need, or desire is going to be different for everybody. But this is some things that I thought were very important before you make your decision to come 8,000 miles from home and settle into this beautiful country. The first thing I want to talk about is decide where in the Philippines you're going to settle to begin with. This is not something easy, but it's something that we take for granted. You got Luzon, you got Visayas, you got Mindanao. You can keep it that simple, but there's so many options, there's so many choices. And what you want to do is find a place that's going to be good for you. Not that's good for your friends, that's not good for other expats, your girlfriend, or whomever. For you. One mistake we always make when we get over here is we let the woman that we come to meet lead us around by the nose as to where we're going to live. Well, it might be good for her, but the bottom line is going to be your happiness. So right now, before you can even come over here, and even when the place opens, that exploration trip is very important. But do some research right now. What are your needs? Do I need to be somewhere near healthcare? What about infrastructure? You know, what is important to you? Do I want to be somewhere where it's quiet, where it's safe? But the first thing that you need to decide on right now is where in the Philippines. This is a vast place. It's spread out over 7,000 islands, 2,000 are inhabited, many, many choices. Don't take this for granted, guys, because this can make or break your retirement. That's the first thing. Now, the second thing, it's kind of tied to it, but it's not the same thing, and that's secure your housing. Where are you going to live? Are you going to live, well, how are you going to live, I'm sorry. Is it going to be in an apartment? Is it going to be in a house? Are you going to rent? Are you going to buy? But this is a decision that you have to make, and it's very, very important because it's going to go into that budget issue that is always at the forefront of people's minds. If you're going to buy over here, make sure you talk to a lawyer and know what your rights are as a foreigner in the Philippines as to owning property, owning land. I would say right off the top, I would rent just to find out, hey, am I even going to like it over in the Philippines? A lot of guys that write me and chat me, they already have decided to build a house over here. They're making plans already, and I'm saying, hey, hold on, slow down. You don't even know if you're going to like it over here, if this place is for you. But secure your housing, guys. That's the second most important thing for successful retirement over here. The third thing is decide on what visa options are best for you. Do you want a permanent resident visa? One of the many that they've got over here, the SRRV, the 13A visa if you're married to a Filipino or a Filipino citizen that will allow you multiple entries and exits. Or you want the basic tourist visa. Is that going to be enough for you? Is that going to satisfy your needs where you can stay here 36 consecutive months, leave for one day, come back and start the process over? What I do want to remind you though is if you come in here on a balik bayan visa, which is what I did, it's has a lot of the same characteristics as a tourist visa, except you're married to a Filipina outside the United States. You come here together. She's a balik bang, so it covers her spouse, her children, her parents, siblings, with proof, by the way. And also, you have to come into the country together. It affords you an extra year. It gives you a free year. And that's where my surprise came in when I thought I was going to have to go back home to America. Come to find out, I still had one more year left. But decide early on what your visa options are going to be, what's going to be best for you. The fourth most important thing, and these are in order, is your health care. And this covers everything. I mean, the hospitals, the doctors, your health care plan. It's very, very important. Everybody knows I had a friend that just got sick over here, but he's not the only one. We get sick all the time over here. Healthcare is very important. One of my subscribers said, you know, one of the first things he's going to do when he gets over here, he's going to find a competent doctor in a competent hospital. And I said, man, bravo. I mean, because how many people put that as a priority? Probably zero, unless you're already sick. But it's very, very important that you know your health care options. You know where the closest hospital is. Are you going to get a plan over here that covers you, or does your insurance that you have right now cover? Because I know in certain areas in Luzon, if you have TRICARE insurance, it covers you. So, health care. The fifth most important thing is your banking options are, how am I going to get access to my money over here? Let me remind you that your ATM card is good over here. But I would not use that as my primary source of accessing my funds because it's very expensive. If I go to the ATM machine right now, it's going to cost me about 750 pesos every time I go. And then I'm limited as to how much I can pull out. But I do want you to know so that you have an idea that your ATM card is it's good over here. You know, just to keep it simple. But there's several things you can do. I opened up a bank account over here. People say, oh, you have to be in the country a certain amount of days. And that's true, because they asked me for my ACR card, which is one form of identification. And then I gave them my passport. I opened up an account. I kept my account open in America. So I transferred from one account to the next. Now, is there a fee? Absolutely. These banks are not open for nothing. They're in business to earn money. But what I found out is one of the cheaper ways to access my money. Well, let me say affordable. One guy said, stop using that word cheap. And I agree with him. It makes it seem inferior. But it's more of one of the most affordable ways. But you can also use Western Union, Remitly, Zoom, World Remit, any of those remittance services until you decide what you want to do. But your banking options are very, very important. Number 6, and certainly not the last, certainly not the least, is don't forget about your home country. Paying taxes there. Because remember, you're not going to be a permanent citizen here. You're not going to be a Philippine citizen. You're just going to reside here. So whatever responsibilities you still got in your home country, make sure that you take care of those responsibilities. Voting, paying taxes, whatever it is, your bills over there. So there you have it, just 6 tips for successful retirement in the Philippines. There's more. Remember, my vlogs start the conversation. And I want to give a shout out to Grumpy Old Dude Brian. He sent me a disclaimer that I'm going to put in all my descriptions now, in my comments, and how thoughtful of him to do that. And that's why I like the community that I'm building in my channel, that support group. thank you, brother, for doing that. That gives me peace of mind because, look, guys, I'm not an expert. I can't guarantee your safety. I can't guarantee your successful retirement over here, investing or anything like that. This is a support group. I give you my boots on the ground experiences. The only way I know how to give them. The way I'm seeing, the way I'm living, the way I'm experiencing it, guys. And I don't want anything I say to hinder your progress over here or hold you back from a happy life over here. So let's put that in perspective, but I did want to give him a shout out for that. Also, John, he should be on his way to Cebu now. He's going to get a second opinion, and I don't blame him. He left the hospital in Dumaguete because he was going to be the guinea pig. It was going to be their first time doing an angioplasty procedure. I can't blame you, man, and we're going to send all our well wishes, John, your way. People are really concerned about you, man, so don't think that you're in this by yourself. And once you get settled in Cebu, let me know, because I can come there. I've got to go there anyway. Maybe I'll be able to visit you in Changhua. Maybe they got a different visiting process than in Dumaguete. So thank you so much for stopping by today. There's many, many more tips. I try to keep it simple. I don't want to let you overthink this thing. And back to the budget. Remember, I'm not an expert on that. That budget is all over the place. I know guys who are living here on less than $1,000 a month. Then I know guys here that have over $1 million in the bank. It's all in between there, guys. Don't let anybody tell you how much you need to come over here. Even if you don't have enough, or if you don't think you have enough to settle here, it shouldn't stop you from visiting this country. One guy said, oh, you shouldn't come over here unless you got $40,000 in cash in the bank. Really? Well, I don't have $40,000 cash in the bank. Would I love to have that? Absolutely. But I would go on record as saying 3/4 of the Western expats over here in the Philippines do not have $40,000 cash that they can reach out and touch. So if you're in America, thank you for stopping by today. It's getting late. Before you let your head hit the pillow, please find somebody to help. If you're on one of them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, just getting off second shift, or you're on your lunch break, and you decide, if you see somebody in the street, or wherever you see them, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. If you're in the Philippines, it's about 8 a.m. in the morning on Wednesday morning. I'm here in the plaza in beautiful San Carlos City, Negros Occidental. We have the whole rest of the day to find somebody to help. There's no excuse if you're over here not to find somebody to help. We're still on Alert 3, so that means businesses are not hiring or employing as many people. They're not entertaining as many people. So people over here need our help. Not a day goes by that I don't help somebody over here. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. I'll see you next time.